G'day, Justin.
G'day, Schmucky.
I'll start with last night, the mid-season draft. Can you tell us a bit about Seb and maybe the enjoyment that you get about inviting him or welcoming him to your program?
Yeah, obviously really excited and glad he got through to our pick. He's shown a fair bit of improvement this year. He's been playing key forward for East Perth as probably the sole key forward down there, and he's been able to show his wares, hit the scoreboard, but he shows a lot of class, and excited that we can give him the opportunity to join an AFL program and see where he can take his footy in the second half of the year. He's a bubbly, energetic young man who's going to bring a lot of energy to our group. So I'm excited to see what he can produce.
If he's required, do you see him as a player who can come in and play a role for you this season or have an impact at AFL level?
Yeah, we'll just get him in the program first before we start talking of that. Like I said, he's proven that he can hit the scoreboard at waffle level. Probably needs to put a bit of size on and be able to hold his ground in the contest a little bit more, but he's aware of that. And I never put a ceiling on anyone that comes into the program. I've seen mid-season recruits have impact in second half of the year for numerous clubs over the last couple of years. So definitely not going to put a ceiling on him.
And your thinking behind going for the key forward, was there a strategic reason behind that, or did you go for the best available player that you thought was there?
A bit of both. We think Seb's got a lot of upside. We need to keep looking at our tall stocks in front of the ball. We probably had a few injuries and players missing in that space over the first half of the year, and we just think it's a great opportunity to see where he can take his footy in an AFL program. So there's always a bit of both with these types of calls. And like I said, we're not going to put a ceiling on him. It might become a stage second half of the year where we need another tall forward. So I'm not ruling him out having an impact for us.
I'll hand over. Thanks, Justin.
Ethan Lee Chalk here. The third quarter was amazing to come out and kick 8-1 after being down by 25 at the half. What did you say to the boys at half time?
Kick more goals. The main message was to remain positive. I think sometimes you can let the scoreboard dictate your mood to some degree. I thought the first quarter we got off to a really good start. Didn't get reward for effort. I think we had the first 7 inside 50s, and inside 50 tally was 10-2 at one stage. And we kicked 1-6 for the quarter, so we were clearly dangerous and creating opportunities. And some of those, we missed some easy opportunities. And then, the start of the second, probably for the first 12, 15 minutes, we really let ourselves down. But then we managed to get on top. Well, not on top, but equalise the game again, I thought, in the second half of that second quarter. So although the scoreboard was against us, it was only really 12, 15 minutes that let us down. So made sure that players were really positive around that. A couple of things around the contest we needed to tidy up. We were allowing Melbourne to get goal side of us a little bit too easy, and clearly our centre bounce work wasn't up to scratch in that second quarter. So obviously Aish went to Oliver, but the rest of our mids just got their hands dirty and got us field position. And once you put opposition backs under pressure and you can start scoring, the game can change pretty quickly. So I think the main message was to be positive and keep playing our way.
With Lockie Neal in good form, can you expect Aish, will he be expected to do the same thing this week?
I will definitely look at it. We'll definitely look at it. Absolutely. We haven't had selection yet, but it's something we'll discuss pretty heavily this afternoon.
And after back on. Oh. Go on, Beck.
Sorry, Justin, I just wanted to go off what you were talking about against Melbourne. Just wanted to ask you, Michael Frederick said afterwards that you obviously had a chat to the boys about staying grounded after that win. Have you noticed a difference in them this week as opposed to sort of earlier in the season?
Not really, because I think we've been pretty good. To win 6 in a row, you need to rock up to work and be pretty balanced with the way you review and then get back into work. So we probably let ourselves down for maybe a couple of weeks there, but largely on the whole, we've had a pretty consistent year in terms of our preparation, and this week hasn't been any different.
Can I ask you about the decision to send Nat Fyfe through, get him back through Peel? Can you talk us through how that decision came about a bit?
It was done in collaboration with Fyfey and our medical team, and we just think it's the best way to set him up for the second half of the year. He hasn't played AFL footy for probably 10 months now, and he had that shoulder recode, but he's also had a few other niggles along the way, which has slowed his progress. And the other thing is, it's pretty hard in season to replicate matches at training because the players who are playing do minimal load, and when you're in rehab, it's hard to manufacture that game-like training. So we just think it's a really good progression to be able to manage his minutes, and hopefully he gets through it really well. He gains some confidence in his body and his game, and we'll consider him for selection next week.
Some like Wayne Carey are saying he should come straight back into the side, but is it mostly because of that 10-month layoff?
Yeah, it is. It's 10 months, but it's probably allowing him to build the confidence in his body. Like I said, it's not just the shoulder. He's had a back niggle. He's got a little knee niggle that he's had to overcome. So, sometimes it takes a little bit of confidence to build confidence in not only your body but your game as well. Understand the criticism that some may have of it, but we think internally have the most knowledge of the situation. Fyfey knows his body the best and better than anyone. And we've made this call to set him up for the second half of the year.
And a last one from me. Just how's Matt Taberner's back going?
It's still pretty slow. We'll give him every opportunity to get up. He's progressed probably better over the last couple of days than what he did earlier in the week. Hopefully he'll get out and do some straight line running today, and he'll we'll give him a chance to get up for the game. But it's going to be touch and go.
Justin, just on Nat again, how big a factor was the fact that you're playing Brisbane this week, and it's a pretty formidable opponent, top two, very strong. How big a factor was that in the decision to bring him back through the waffle and not back into the AFL side?
Minimal. To be honest, Mitch, it was more based around how confident he feels in his body and his game. That was probably the biggest factor. And and the second factor was just the progression from rehab to AFL footy is probably a too big a step for someone who's missed so much footy. So, that was minimal.
And have you worked out an exact split of how much you'll play forward and how much you'll spend in the midfield this week for Peel?
We've worked it out. Yep, but I'm under strict guidance from Jeff Valentine, our midfield, our Peel coach, not to let too much out of the bag. So he doesn't want to give Subi too much of a head start. So I won't go into it too much here, but he'll play a split. Yeah.
Joel Hamling and Nathan Wilson have also been back playing for Peel Thunder. Are they a chance to get back into the senior team?
Yeah, everyone at Peel's a chance. Yep. So opportunities will arise like they have all season, and everyone at Peel just needs to make sure they're in really good form and they're ready to take an opportunity when it comes.
Luke Ryan said on radio today, Justin, the boys have been pranking Nat a little bit and throwing some early footballs in his locker and a few things like that. Have you been aware of any of those tricks going on?
I did, yeah. I was aware of that one in particular. And it's a bit of footy banter and mateship. And, Fyfey found it reasonably funny, I think.
You go, Chatters.
Chatters here. Just wanted to ask that the Lions came over last year and touched you guys up near the end of the season. What did you learn from that game, and how much do you think the side has grown since then?
Yeah, learned that we need to be better at the contest, and we needed a really big summer in the gym, and to match their big bodies all over the ground. So I feel like we've improved in that area. I think our contest work's in good order, and we're ready for the challenge.
Did you learn anything from what Hawthorn did a couple of weeks ago as well? Was there any insight to what they did that was successful there?
Oh, you watch sort of the last 4 or 5 games and bits and pieces of all of it. So, there's some things that Hawthorn did. It's clearly Brisbane have got some real strengths all over the ground and play a really exciting, good brand of footy. So high scoring, high contest. So there's lots of areas of our game that will need to be at its best.
And can you also talk about the belief that your team gained last week, not only to beat Melbourne, but to do it at the MCG? What sort of flow and effect do you think that will have on the team?
Yeah, it's a hard question to answer. I just think those experiences put you in a better position next time you're in them. Winning at the MCG allows us to go there next time with a good feeling and a feeling that we've done it before. And it probably goes the same against Melbourne. We're not getting too carried away though. We understand Melbourne last week were probably gettable with a few of the players that they had out. We're not getting too carried away, but I think it just fuels your belief next time you're in that situation.
That's cool. Thanks for that.
Hey, Justin. G'day, Justin. Just one more on that fight from me. Is there a strong consideration or maybe a chance that he could be rested till after the bye, considering there's only 2 games till the round 14 bye?
We'll cross that bridge where we come to it. We just want to get through this weekend before we make a decision on next weekend. I'm pretty keen, to be honest, to get him back into the AFL side, but I also want him to see out the season, and I want him to see out the season back to somewhere near his best. So, got to make sure we balance those decisions out. And but we won't make a call on next week until next week.
Eliza, did you want to jump in with your final? Then we'll have to wrap there, guys.
Yeah, Justin, just quickly on the believe there's been a milestone in terms of membership for the club overnight, and also a bit of a significant gain coming up for the club this weekend. Yeah,
thanks, Eliza. Yeah, we hit 50,000 members last night, which is a great result for the club. Really thankful for our fans that are getting on board, and hopefully, we can get along to the game on the weekend and we can put on a really good performance in front of the Purple Army. And this week marks our inaugural Make Our Mark game for Purple Hands Foundation. It's a foundation that's been set up recently to do some terrific work in the community, and encourage all our members to get along and make a small donation to the cause. I think it's something that really reflects on us and our purpose as a football club to put time and commitment back into the community, and I think we've taken a massive step forward in that direction over the last couple of years as a footy club. So I'm really excited about that inaugural Make Your Mark game.